this.
All right, let me know when you're ready. What is going on, everyone? Derek here today, bringing you another video here at VMP Performance in sunny Florida. Gosh, I love this state, man. Definitely gonna have to make this move one day. Anyway, guys, this is day 5 of our VMP experience here. Let's go ahead and break down exactly what happened with the car, what we did, with some recap clips. So starting off, guys, we got here to Florida, got to VMP. The first day, they knocked out some oil pump gears and a crank sprocket. We went with MMR oil pump gears and crank sprocket. All right, what do you got for us?
Got your spur gear and your oil pump gears.
Oh wow. MMR oil pump gears right here.
Just from spinning metal on the face.
Gotcha. Those are a necessity when you're boosting your Coyote Mustang due to the fact that those stock oil pump gears are actually very, very weak. So weak, if you actually take your stock ones, drop it from head height, it should shatter right on the ground, which is not good.
All right, Andrew, stay here. Oh! First hit.
So the reason why you want to do oil pump gears is because when you get into the higher RPMs, it's a lot of force, especially when you're doing force induction. You know, there's just a lot more that can go wrong with the stock ones. So that's why we upgraded to some MMRs and very good quality. So when it comes to that aspect, I'm pretty happy with that. After the oil pump gears and crank sprocket, we went ahead and installed a braided clutch line. I am going to be currently running the stock clutch for as long as I possibly can. I know it's one of the main reasons why we experienced a high RPM lockout. As you know, some of those clutches can get quite expensive, and that's just something we're gonna look forward to in the future, alongside a set of beautiful long tube headers to let this motor breathe a tad more. Not build up all that back pressure, which could make your motor go kaboom. So thankfully we came here catless, and that's definitely gonna be perfect, especially with today's dyno day. Moving on from the braided clutch line, we went ahead and installed a new clutch spring. This one is gonna give the car more of a older feel, you know, a really tough clutch, harder to push down, and just ultimately gives you more feel of the car, if that makes any sense. Believe it or not, that little spring will definitely make a world of difference when getting clutch feel. Now for this part, I'm not gonna go ahead and throw a clip on the screen because I have the car right over here. We can go ahead, pop the hood on it, and we can dive nitty and gritty with all the goodness that VMP brought to us this week. I mean, just look at that thing, man. What a different animal. We were here 5 or 6 days ago with an NA50. Looks the same. Can't tell anything. I don't even know if you can really see the heat exchanger popping out of the lower grill, but car looks the same, but it's very different. Let's go take a look. Let's check out these goodies underneath the hood. And whew, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is VMP's Gen 3R Blackout Edition. You might be wondering what the Blackout Edition means. That's just the Blackout Edition. This is completely blacked out, and the great news about that being completely blacked out and not having like a stainless or aluminum look to it is we are going to be putting our little personal touch on that thing, and it's going to look amazing. Anyway, VMP Gen 3R Blackout Edition, we are going to be running the 88mm pulley. This pulley right here is kind of the one you want to stay at. I wouldn't recommend going any lower, especially on a stock Gen 1 Coyote, due to the fact that I believe this is going to be pushing anywhere from 12 to 14 pounds of boost. Probably going to put us really close to the 700 horsepower figure. Don't know yet. We haven't had it on the dyno, but I do not recommend going any lower than this on a stock Gen 1 Coyote. If you have a Gen 2, by all means, let it rip. Moving on from the pulley, you can see here we have this beautiful JLT Performance cold air intake, and it is the hydrocarbon one. It definitely spices up the engine bay. I absolutely love it. Kind of screwed me though, VMP. I'm gonna need a lot more carbon fiber parts, okay, because that shit expensive. So I'll be expecting, you know, some carbon fiber stuff, man. Really screwed me on this one. So we do have our regular coolant reservoir here. We have the heat exchanger one here, and we did decipher the two between red or orange and green fluid due to the fact that if you do have a leak, and let's say they were both orange and you have a leak somewhere, then you're gonna be, okay, chasing leaks at that point. If you see green, you know something with the whole heat exchanger, intercooler, blah, 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 that's leaking. If you see orange, you obviously know that their whole radiator system or whatnot is leaking. So moving on from this beautiful JLT cold air intake, we do have VMP's awesome looking throttle body. Yep. What the This is ready to eat, I'm telling you. So moving on to the left side of the motor here, you can kind of see we do have this awesome fuel rail. If Ben wants to go ahead and shoot it from the top, you can see that is VMP's engraved fuel rail. So I was pretty stoked about that. I had no idea. And with that fuel rail, we are paired with some FIC 1000s, and I mentioned this in a previous video. That's awesome because I do plan on going E85 within the next year and a half or two. And right to the left of the fuel rail, we have this JLT catch can. This is just gonna catch any bypass that goes, and you know, obviously it's a catch can, so that just collects all the oil from the bypass and you just dump it out every so often. Come down here real quick for the last part. If Ben can shoot inside this grill, you might be able to catch the little detail of that. heat exchanger, and I'm really considering running a different grilly setup just because I want that thing to show, man. It's kind of like that, you know, if you have a boosted car, you show off your intercooler. In this case, I'll show off that heat exchanger, so you know not to fuck with it. So one of the awesome things about this kit is when you're pushing boost, you're gonna need more fuel, hence the FIC 1000s, and we have VMP's booster pump in the car. It is plug and play, so you don't have to do any cutting, any splicing, any heat shrink, anything like that. And that's just awesome. You know, you need more fuel, you need a booster pump, plug and play, boom, done. Check out their website, vmpperformance.com, if you want to get yourself one of those. Highly recommend getting that instead of cutting and splicing. Just makes your life so much easier. Other than that, the car is ready to be dynoed. Right now, we're just waiting for our dyno spot. If you want to come over here real quick. GT500's on the dyno right now. I believe we're up next. He's just dialing that thing in, and guys, look at this, man. What a view. Blucifer is about to be raging, and that's no pun intended. Let me tell you, it's gonna be fucking pissed off. I'm excited though, to say the least. I'm really excited. Justin and Rebecca, you guys put me on your team, and I'm gonna rep VMP to the fullest. We're gonna have an awesome partnership from here on out, and I'm just so excited. So excited. I never really thought this was gonna happen. This is coming from somebody who started with a $7,000 two valve, got this boosted at one point, sold it, got a 5.0, everybody doubted it. And you know, at the end of the day, that's what drove me to keep continuing to better myself, better the channel, better the content, and here we are, guys. About to throw this thing on the dyno and make some power. It's game time. God, dude, this fucking happened. Yo, this thing is about to be a monster, dude. Like, I'm so nervous. Anxiety's through the roof right now. Like, oh god. All right, let's go watch it go on the dyno. You've done this a time or two. You even hit it with the whole entire steering wheel turn. I thought he was gonna do a straight pull forward and then back up.
My equipment set up.
Photo, look at that. Definitely pretty nervous. I guess that's just kind of expected. Even though I know the car's gonna be totally fine, it's just one of those things, you know, I don't even want to say it's nervous, it's just anxious. I'm anxious. I'm gonna go around everybody. What are you thinking, numbers wise?
I'm thinking you're gonna land somewhere between 650 and 7.
So you're gonna give it a 50 horsepower margin?
Yeah.
And you said
666.
666.
I just think it'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't like, yeah, go devil, but
fits the name. That would be like
fits.
the icing
at
on the
least
cake.
for one. Like if you just got like on the first one, I'm gonna say in the 670 to 680 range.
Truth is, this thing's got a chance at making 700 wheel horsepower.
What's your guesstimation? We're gonna see who gets the closest.
You know, I just reviewed, Joe loaded a base tune in it last night, and I just reviewed the timing parameters and everything else. We got to see what the knock sensor is going to do on this pull, but it could very well make 650 to 700 on the first pull.
All right, so you're with JD on that? I'm thinking 650 is going to be a really obtainable number with keeping the motor as safe as possible. A lot of new parts on this that they haven't tested yet, so it's going to be very exciting for all of us to witness this right now. And I believe Jeremy said somewhere around 630 range, so we'll see. So what you got going on right now?
I am just setting up my dyno so I get an RPM signal, and I'm going to go over to my data log logging software. So I've already loaded our VMP base tune, which is going to be really freaking close. We're going to find out how close here when we make a dyno pull. But I am still monitoring a ton of different parameters. Air-fuel ratio, of course. I've got all the engine temperatures here, coolant temp and downstream air temp after the supercharger. And actually variable cam timing, since this is a Coyote engine. All of this is going to allow me to check out the tune, make sure it's tuned properly, and then get as much power as possible from it safely. You know, Blucifer is your baby.
Yep.
Smooth.
Oh, smooth? No hiccups or anything like that?
Yeah, the fuel trims look great. That was just a free rev, as we call it, to map out the bottom half of the mass air transfer function.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit traction control, make sure my dyno brakes off. So now we gotta do a little bit of clutch warm up. This is a stock clutch, right?
It is stock clutch, yes.
Slow it down just a little bit, and then make a pull.
Oh boy, here we go. That sounded healthy. Heart's going through my chest right now.
I'm gonna take a look at the data.
Let's
See
take a
what
look.
it did. It was the first pull. Gotta check the knock sensor activity.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and give my first impressions. It felt really good. It didn't really feel like it was hiccuping or anything like that. No bogging out or anything. It felt really solid, especially for the first pull with you know, with their bass tune on there. And I think it's definitely gonna be able to something to build off of. So
It's a long pull. I was not used to how long of a pull.
oh yeah, that top end, they'll get you.
Yeah.
That's why they say 331s on a boosted Coyote. That's, you know, that's where it's at. Now if it's on a track, a little different, but as far as highway, those 331s with some boost is lethal.
All right, man, we've got our first dyno number here.
All right, spill it.
658, 567.
We hit our goal right off the first rip. God, that's insane. 650 wheel horsepower, 658.
First tune
First
as
tune.
delivered. So if you order a VMP Supercharger kit, this is the base
Dude.
tune you're gonna get. And of course, we do take data logs, refine, even for our customers that don't, you know, get the full experience like you.
But that is freaking impressive, man. Wow, Gen 3R 650. Holy shit.
I'm actually, I know that, you know, my excitement doesn't always shine through on camera.
Pretty impressed with
but,
it?
I mean, all the data looks really good. It was our very first pull.
Yeah.
So now my challenge is to see if there's any more left.
We
in
can
it.
squeeze out of there. 658 first rip. I'm right now satisfied as hell. So what'd you think?
It is very loud.
Did it sound like a Blucifer should sound?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I grabbed these.
You got some
'cause
earmuffs.
I'm gonna be behind it when you do the last one, I think. And yeah, my ears did not like that one.
Made 658 rear wheel horsepower on the first pull. Loaded just a minor tune update. Go for round 2. See what she does.
Sounds good to me.
Traction control. She runs so good.
Sounds healthy.
7,500 comes up real quick.
Yeah.
And your clutch gets stuck on the floor. Well now. Okay. So, you know, that first pull, you always go a little conservative on the first pull, just RPM wise till you review the data log. Now, I do watch data logs during the pull and I lift if I see something go wrong. But, yeah, I didn't think about how much revving it out was gonna make.
Okay, for the record, Justin doesn't talk much. So he's talking up a storm right now. This has to be something good.
Yeah, so we went all the way to 7,500. Previous run, we only went to a mild 68.
Oh.
Went to 75.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're gonna, you can't see this, can you?
I can't, dude, I'm blind as a bat.
Okay, well, it just made 714 rear wheel horsepower.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah. If we put the smoothing 5 on it, it still makes 707.
Wow.
And, you know, for full transparency, to make the internet happy, this is the STD correction factor, which does show a little bit higher. If we go over here and we set the dyno to the SAE correction factor, the lower one, we'll see what it makes. SAE correction factor, smoothing 5, most conservative number you can get. It makes 692
Wow.
rear wheel horsepower.
That's impressive.
It's so deceiving with those 331 gears.
It is.
And I'm used to doing this. And I'm just like, these pulls are taking forever. Let's throw some boosting in it and see what happens. I'm gonna go mild on the boosting too.
Mild, okay.
We don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Dude, let's send it. I want to see, want the Boostain tune. I want a 93 everyday driving tune. I think she has one more good one in her. With the Boostain, and we'll play with that and see where we're at. It's getting crazy now.
So we're going to add some Boostain to the tank here. These are designed to apply to a tank of fuel. They can give you up to 3 points on a full tank of fuel. That's 3 points of octane rating.
So we got the Boostain loaded in the tank. We got it mixed in. I'm gonna send it, see what she does. Get a little heat in that clutch.
Jesus, man.
A little sound in those ears.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This sounds rowdy as hell.
You saw that shift to fifth gear. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just f***ing send it. Hell yeah.
What do we do? I am so blind.
721.
Are you shitting me?
721. SAE 5.
That's on SAE smoothing 5?
Internet hater proof.
Holy fuck. Holy shit. Dude, what? 721 on SAE smoothing 5. That is insane.
Blew right through that 666 number.
Oh
No.
my god.
26 with no smoothing.
Alright, 726, no smoothing.
And I mean, it's a pretty darn smooth. And then if we go back to, you know, some people want to compare the STD correction numbers because that's what their tuner gives them. We'll look at that. STD corrected 742.
Oh my god.
At 7,500 RPM.
What's the high? Is that up there?
That's like the highest. And this is an all new kit with a lot of design changes. So
dude, that's crazy. I mean,
truth is while this is a Gen 1, Ford came out with the Boss in 2012, and supposedly in 2013, like these got the Boss rods and stuff like that.
no shit. That's the rumor.
Supposedly.
Wow.
Dude.
That's just incredible.
That's
And
nuts.
I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. Let's get this thing tidied up, and what do you say? We go for our first drive? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. I gotta
He's
get
ready.
you ready, dude.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna keep it cool. You know, we got a 12-hour trip home. I'm gonna keep it cool, but we're gonna feel it. Let's go! God dang, man. That thing's a freaking monster. Like, I expected 650. 721 wheel SAE smoothing 5. I can't stress that enough. I'm at loss for words right now. And not to mention, zoom in on that. Zoom in on that. We are here in Florida. Humidity out the ass, 86 degrees. Keep that in mind. I can't control myself right now. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. There it is, man.
Happy with it?
I'm speechless. That blower, that setup, the whole new thing that you guys did with it, it's incredible. I do want to thank you and VMP.
You're welcome.
Awesome doing work with you guys. That's Dyno Day. That is Dyno Day. We have a ton of content coming. I can't wait till they drop their full in-depth installation. I've said this in a previous video. I know I didn't really get that much of it. These guys took care of it on a very professional level. So go subscribe to their YouTube channel. There's a card right up here. There's gonna be a link in the description. Run up their numbers, guys. Run up the videos. Be ready for Blucifer. And I really think it's living up to the name now. Anyways, guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Dyno Day is complete. This thing is 100% dialed into the very T. And where do we go from here? I'm not too sure. Definitely a clutch. That's priority number one. We're gonna get a good clutch in this. And then I definitely wanna get that MT82 rebuilt by Calimer. I've heard great things about them. And as far, I think those are gonna be the two main things, so we can keep this thing rolling and go whip some Camaro ass, I'd like to say. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like. Again, subscribe to my channel and VMP. Show some love, and we'll see you in the next one. But until next time, we'll see you later.
But I wasn't wrong.